Hello, William Goodnick here. This is week 9 of our time in Fuller Theological Seminary of the spring of 2020. And this week I'm having kind of difficult to write about the subject that our history teacher asked because here's the thing. The concept between the historical context that she always asks to do, it's very interesting and I love doing it. But some parts of it, like the comparisons, it's kind of hard work for someone that's not properly prepared on this kind of issue. For this week, we have to do a comparison between John Calvin and Ulrich Stadler from the Anabaptists movement, from the Radical Reform. You see, Calvin was a guy that was very well related uh, between the society within the society. He had good friends. He had some enrollment in the high places. This history, Justo Gonzalez, well, he's gonna say to us that he didn't like very much to be enlisted to be leader of the reform in Geneva when his time there was about to get in, and because of the war he had to stay in Geneva. But he was well related. On the other hand, Urich Stadler is, as my teacher tells me, one of the names more important from the radical reform. But you don't find much stuff about him. It's not a famous name at the time, even today. And she asked us to do a work about his authority that he wrote about the authority, the secular authority. Well, I read the documents that she sent, and more little stuff online, and try to find more stuff on him. It's not very like on the dot that he says about something secular authority. So that's not like an issue about secular authority. I think this, and that. It's not that. It's simplicity and the way he treated the possessions and the property of people and how he saw society between the Christendom. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit lost about that, but it's very interesting to see. And this is a good note. I think this is to add up something to our knowledge right now. It's that the concept of a one community helping out each other that we see in the primitive church, the first church. We see coming back again with the Anabaptists. In Portuguese, it's easier. Anabaptistas. And it's interesting because you see they sharing, and someone that used property just to himself was taken as a person that doesn't believe very much in the cause of the Lord. So it's very interesting because you don't see any kind of humanism wasn't high at the time. Was the thought of the moment, was the motive behind the reforms and much of the stuff that was happening and going on in the 1500s and the for the 16th century. But interesting to enough to say that no kind of Marxism was around. So communist or socialism was around, but the concept of sharing your property to your brothers to the glory of God and people being helped out was pretty much alive. So, in that end, I do believe that our concept of capitalism, in a sense, I'm all for capitalism, and I'm not a socialist or communist in any way. But the meritocracy, it it, it doesn't fit in the Bible. Meritocracy, it's very hard to fit in the Word of God because if you seek meritocracy for something, how can you be saved? For starters, and much more stuff. So we have to visit this movement and take a look. Well, why we're doing what we're doing, and to look around our properties and our arrangement to ourselves, and to take care of our family, and understand that our family is much bigger than just the kids and the wife. Interesting. So you should take a look. God bless you.